Section 2, Section 41 stipulates that no such order shall be given until the person in charge in the convenience has another answer the questions and told him in Section 38. Provision the 41 has been complied with the shipping bills or the billing exports, a bill of transmission if any such a document, billing of shipping bills, bill of export, a bill of transshipment if any such other documents are proper officer may require has been delivered to him. All duties liable on the store's consumables such as convenience and all charges or penalties due in respect of convenience or from the person in charge therefore has been paid or payment secured for by such guarantee or deposit of the amount of the proper of as the proper officer may act. Person in charge of the conveyance has satisfied the proper officer that no penalty is levied on him under section 116. The payment of a penalty has been levied on upon him under the section has been secured by the guarantee on deposit of such amount as the proper officer may pay. In this case, the export goods has been loaded without the payment of the export duty or in convenience of the provision of the act or any other time being in force related to export of goods. Such goods has been unloaded by the assistant commissioner or satisfied that no practice to unload such goods. Person in charge of the conveyance has been undertaken secure such guarantee or deposit of such amount. Proper person may direct and bring back the goods to India. Procedure for the clearance of export goods. Entry of goods for the exportation section of 10. The exporter is under section 50 of the Customs Act required to present electronically on customs automation system to proper officer of the customs a shipping bill in the case of export by vessels or by air or by of export. In the case of export by vehicle will extend the automation. Customs exports that filing shipment bill payment of duty on automated system of customs department by CAS. However, the Principal Commissioner of Customs, in case whether it is not feasible to make the entry by presenting electronically, allow the entry to be passed in any other form. Hence, the manual submission of shipping bills and bill of export is allowable in the case when electronic submission is not feasible. Form of shipping bill is prescribed under the shipping bill or bill of export from the regulation authority. Normally, shipping bill is permitted to be filed only and after re-entry of goods are guaranteed the particular vessels or craft from by the goods has to be exported. However, under the special circumstances, the commissioner. Yeah. And, normal shipping bills permitted by the filed only in the entry, outwards, and being guaranteed by the particular vessel or airport by the goods are to be exported. However, under the special documents, the Principal Commissioner of Customs may permit the advance shipping bill to be filed. The exporter of any goods or while passing a shipping bills or bill of export shall make and subscribe to the declaration of the truth of the commenter. The exporter who presents a shipping bill or bill of export under the section shall ensure the following, namely, the accuracy and completeness of the information given there and the authenticity or validity of the documents supporting it, compliance with the restriction or prohibition if any relating to the goods under the act under any other law time being forced, clearance of goods for exportation section 51. After the shipping bill is filed, they are presented for the customs appeal. After the customs office check that the goods is not prohibited or exported, and then whether they are liable for the export duty. The physical check is carried out in terms of prevailing instruction. After the customs officer is satisfied that goods are not prohibited, the exporter has paid the duty and other charges payable in respect of the same, and he makes an order for shipments and duplicate copy of the shipping bill. This is known as late export order. However, the central government may permit certain classes of exporter to make deferred payments, such duty or any other charges as may be provided by rules, which case late exporter and ordered before the duty is paid. Further, in the case of deferred payments of duty, where the exporter failed to pay their export duty within either in full or put a part by such duty, it or may be specified by rules, he will have to pay interest or said duty or not paid or short paid till the date of payment. Central government will notify a rate of interest within a range of 5% to 36%. Notice of short export goods. According to the Notice of Short Export Goods, Section 1963, if any goods mentioned in the shipping bill of export and cleared from for exportation or not exported, the exporter shall within 7 days from the date of departure of the conveyance by which the goods were exported furnish the prescribed form to the proper officer in respect of the goods. Procedure for postal items. Import and export of goods by postal courier. Section 83 and 84 of Customs Act contains substantiate provides relating to goods import and exported by post through authorized courier. So the relevant date of rate of duty or tariff valuation respect of the goods importer and exporter under the section 83. The rate of duty or tariff value, if any of the applicable, if any applicable to any goods imported by post or courier, shall be the rate of valuation force on the date of post authorities or authorized courier presented to the office, proper officer list containing the particulars of the goods for the purpose of assessing the duty of the term. However, where the post and goods arrive on the vessel, the list of container containing the particulars is available filed by the postmaster, and before the arrival of the vehicle, list shall be deemed to have been filed on the date of arrival of vehicle. The effect of this provision is the relevant date for import by post in the date of submission of a list of postmaster and date of arrival by the vessel, which was earlier, which is later. Okay. The rate of duty and the tariff value applicable to any of the goods exported by the post or courier shall be the rate and the valuation in force on the date of which exporters deliver such goods to the postal authorities on the authorized courier for exportation. Procedure for the goods imported or to be exported by the postal courier. Section 84. The section empowers the board to make regulation provided the form and manner in which entry may be made in respect of goods imported or to be exported by postal courier. Examination, assessment of duty, and clearance of goods imported or to be exported by postal courier. The transshipment in transit of goods imported by the postal courier from one customs station to another to the place outside India. Procedure for import and export of goods by post. In the case of goods imported by post agency for the carriage of goods in the government of India, this is the government of India be through sea, air or land. The control of customs depends only on goods whether imported or exported, on which there is duty. Is subject to prohibition, restriction under the Customs Act and as the any other law of time being enforced on which there is a duty or subject to prohibition, restriction under the Customs Act or any other time language. Customs has no concern over other goods or other meal. Special provision relating to stores. Stores mean defined in section 2, section 30, the Customs Act to be mean goods to be used in the vessel or aircraft or includes vessels, fuel, spare parts and other articles of equipment. Wherein the not to be immediately fitting. Its items cover like food, drink, medicines, life-saving equipment like oxygen, lifeboats, articles and equipments used for entertainment in addition to the fuel, spare parts and other equipments. Items are not imported into or exported out of India in the course of international trade, but the very fact being bought into India from the place outside India and vice versa. This attracts the rigors of controls on import and export goods. This is necessarily special provision to deal with the such stores. Section 8590 of Customs Act contains detailed provision of restriction returning treatment of stores under that. Stores list. It's a prescribed format is required to be filed a part of import manifest as well as export manifest of a import report or export report. Warehousing of section 85. It has been found convenient to allow imported ship stores to keep on a bonded warehouse and therefore being convenient to allow the imported ship stores imported ship stores keep in a bonded warehouse and thereby supply to one vessel aircraft as when required. Section 85 provides that where any imported goods are entered from warehouse, an imported bag makes and subscribes to declaration that goods are to be supplied as stores to vessels or aircraft without payment of import duty. Under this chapter, the proper officer may permit the goods to be warehoused without the goods has been assessed to duty. This is a deviation from the general provision of warehousing the goods where the goods are necessary to the duty at the time of warehousing, though such duty is not payable at the time of warehousing. Transit and transshipment of goods. Section 86 and 87. Section 86 of Customs Act provides that any stores imported in vessels. Any stores imported in a vessel or aircraft may remain as on board such as vessel or aircraft without payment of duty while it is in India. Any stores imported in a vessel's aircraft may, with the permission of the proper officer, be transferred to any vessel or aircraft or store for consumption therein. Section 87. The Customs Act provides that any imported goods, stores or boats or vessels or aircraft other than stores to be in Section 90 applies. May, without payment of duty, be consumed during the period such vessels or aircrafts are foreign going vessels or aircrafts. This conveys a division between the first Indian port and port of arrival to the final Indian port or port of departure to be designated outside India. In other words, no duty is liable as long as a vehicle or aircraft is in the foreign going vessels and aircraft. However, if the vessel aircraft ceases to be so and converts to total run local flight duty to be chargeable on the stores or on board. Vehicle aircraft to be, in other words, no duty is leviable as long as the vehicle aircraft is a foreign going vessel aircraft. However, if the vessel aircraft ceases to be so and converts to total run and local flights, duty to be chargeable on the stores on board. As a result of these two specific provision of law, the flows that other cases normal law of levy and assessment to import duty would apply. This is case of vessels, aircrafts arriving in India determining their voyage at the port of arrival. And vessels aircraft arriving in India and subsequently converted into coastal voyage run or domestic flight import duty would be chargeable on the unconsumed stores bought by a vessel aircraft conveyance at the point of entry into India. The store's list is arrival manifest or import manifest forms the basic documents to be determined in connection with the basic liability. Application of Section 69 of Chapter X of the Stores Section 18. The section provides vessels arriving into India and termination the voyage at the port of arrival and the arrival. Port of arrival. Vessel and aircraft arriving into India subsequently converted into coastal voyage run or domestic flight import duty would be chargeable on the unconsumed stores bought by the vessels aircraft conveyance at the point its entry into India. The stores list arrival manifest or import manifest from the basic documents for the determination of the duty liability. Applicability of Section 69 of Chapter X of the Store Section 88. Section provides that provision of Section 69 and Chapter X, which contains a provision for drawback of duty, shall apply to the stores other than those converted in Section 90 as follows. Section 69 allows warehoused goods to be exported on exported on the payment of export duty, if any, from the warehouse, if no import. Section 69 allows warehoused goods to be exported on the payment of export duty payment from the warehouse. If no export duty is paid on such goods, by virtue of Section 88, the benefits are available to warehouse goods if they are taken on board by any foreign going vessels or aircraft or stores. Further, Section 74, where the duty paid imported goods are exported within 2 years, subject to certain conditions, such duty shall be repaid as drawback. By virtue of Section 88, this benefit has been made available to the imported stores. In the case of imported stores which has been re-exported after the import duties for the same has been paid, the original import duty paid is eligible as drawback for the stores like fuels and lubricant oil taken on board any foreign going aircraft. The whole of the import duty payable is eligible for drawback as 98% eligible for other and against 98% eligible for the other imported goods. The imported goods can be exported without clearing it from home consumption on the payment of export duty from the warehouse of Section 10. Supplies of store Section 89. 89 of customs are covered as the case of indigenous goods, which is supplied to a vessel as a ship stores. It states that good producer manufactured in India and requires a store as any foreign going vessels or aircraft may be exported free of export duty as the quantities of the proper officer may determine having regard to its size of the vessel aircraft, number of passengers and crew, and the length of the voyage and journey on which vessel's aircraft is being to depart. In the nutshell, the duty-free supply of store would be as per the estimated required. The special provision regarding the ship store supply to Indian naval vessels. Section 19. Following a special provision related to supply of stores to naval vessels. The imported stores for the use in the ship of Indian Navy may without payment of duty be consumed on the board of the ship of Indian Navy. The imported stores supplied free by government for the use of a crew of ship of Indian Navy in accordance with the conditions of service may be supplied without payment of duty to be consumed on board the ship of Indian Navy. The provision of Section 16 and duty-free export from warehouse and Chapter X drawback shall as they apply to other goods. However, they will be entitled to drawback the whole of the duty of customs if any paid therein instead of 98% alone that were otherwise applicable. A special provision relating to the clearance of baggage. Baggage. The term baggage is being defined under Section 2, Subclass 3 Customs Act in the inclusive manner to include unaccompanied baggage as well as but does not include motor vehicles. In a common parlance, the term means luggage of passengers is comprises trunks and bags and passengers belonging to the passengers. A term goods has been defined in Section 222 of Customs Act to include entirely a baggage also. Therefore, the restriction and regulation governing the import and export of goods will apply mutabilities to baggage also. Issue relevant to baggage. The person in charge of the conveyance. Issue related to baggage. The person in charge of conveyance is to file an import general manifest in the case of imported goods and the export general manifest in the case of export goods. In the both cases, the baggage goods are required to be declared in the separate sheets. Statutory provision relating to the baggage is covered under Section 77 to 81 of the Customs Act. Entry of baggage by the owner. Section 77. Under the section, the owner of the baggage has to make a declaration of the content of the proper officer of customs for the purpose of clearing. It's known as a baggage declaration form. The declaration package list is sufficient declaration. Rate of duty and tariff valuation applicable to the baggage. Section 78. Section 78 of the Customs Act stipulates that the rate of duty and the tariff valuation, if any, applicable to the package, shall be the rate of a duty or valuation force on the date in which the declaration is made in respect of such baggage. Section 77. Therefore, the relevant date of determination of the rate of duty is the date of filing of baggage declaration of Section 77. Rate of duty baggage is 35% at valorem. The rate of duty is not applicable to firearms and the cartridges of the firearm exceeding 50 cartridges and cigars and tobacco in excess of the quantity prescribed or importation duty free and the relevant baggage rules and the goods imported through the courier services. And the firearms, cartridges and firearm exceeding 50s and cartridge exceeding 100 sticks are not chargeable to rate applicable to baggage notification 226 and cast dated 31. These items are chargeable to 100% charge at 100% applicable to baggage under section heading 9603 of customs tariff. Valuation rules may apply to valuation of baggage also. Now, duty exemption to baggage. Section 79. The Section 79 of Customs Act refer to the duty relief available in respect of baggage and stipulate that the proper officer may subject to any rules made under the subsection 2 of the pass free of duty. Any article in the baggage of passengers or number of crews in the respect of which said officer is satisfied that it has been used for a minimum period as the case may be specified in rules. Any articles in the baggage of the passenger in respect of which the officer is satisfied that it is for the use of passenger or his family or his bona fide gift or sovereign, provided that the value of such item article and total value of such articles does not exceed such a limit as may be specified by the rule. The law is visages two categories of baggage, namely belonging to the passengers and the members of the crew. Similarly, it is envisages three classes of goods, namely personal effects, which has been the use of the person for the minimum period; public household effects, which is used by the family, including a person, are gifts or sovereigns. Section 79 to enable central government to make a rules and purpose of carrying out the provision of Section 79. It also stipulates that such rules may specify minimum period for which the articles has been used by the passenger or the members of the crew for the purpose of the clause 1 subsection 179 subsection 1 class C determine the personal effects. Maximum value of the individual article, the maximum total value of the articles are in passed free of duty under the subsection 1b and householder for gifts and sovereign etc. The condition to be filled before or after the clearance subject to which the baggage will be passed free of duty. Subsection 3 of section 79 provides that different rules may be made for different class of passengers. The passenger baggage rules. In the pursuance of the power conferred in Section 79 of Customs Act, the government has earlier issued a baggage rules 1998. The baggage rules 1980 has been stipulated the baggage rules of 16. The saline features of the baggage rules of 16 is discussed there. Um, general duty free baggage allowances. The general duty free baggage allowance is a different class of baggage coming from different countries. Rule, class of passengers, origin of country which passengers come in, articles allowed free of goods. Indian resident or a foreigner residing in India or India residing foreigner residing in India or a tourist of Indian origin excluding an infant. Or any country other than Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, articles allowed free of goods. Use of personal effects and travel sovereigns and articles to be valued of articles up to the value of 50,000, excluding articles mentioned in Annexure 1 if carried out in a passenger or in the accumulated baggage of the passenger. Tourist of foreign origin, including infant. Other countries other than any other country other than Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar use a personal effect travels. Articles of the value of 15,000, excluding articles mentioned in Annexure 1, if carried on a passenger as accumulated baggage of the passenger. In Indian resident or a foreign residing in India or tourists exclude India, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar use of personal effects and travels and articles up to 15,000. 50,000 இதெல்லாம் 15,000 including articles and action only is carried out on a person if carried out in a person or in accumulated baggage of the passenger on arrived by land only used if flight neither only use personal effects மட்டும்தான். When a passenger is infant, only used personal effects will be allowed duty free. The general duty free baggage allowances a passenger cannot be pooled with the general duty free baggage allowance of the other passenger. Infant means child is not more than 2 years. Resident means a person holding a valid passport issued under the Passenger Act 1967 and normally resident in India. A tourist means a person is normally resides in India who enters in India for a stay not more than 6 months in the course of any 12 months period legitimate and non-immediate purposes. Personal effect means things required to be satisfied daily necessities but does not include jewelry. Jewelry allowance rule 5. Rule 5. Class of passenger residing abroad for more than 1 year, originally from any country, article allowed free. Gentleman jewelry up to 20 grams, the value of 50,000. Lady passenger a value of 40 grams, value to maximum value is 1 lakh. Transfer of residence under Rule 6. A person who is engaged in a professional abroad is transferred his residence to India with allowed duty-free clearance and articles on the return and manner given by the option below. The allowance shall be in addition to the general duty-free allowance of Rule 3 and 4. Addition to general allowance. So 50,000, 15,000, 15,000. Duration of stay abroad 3 months, 6 months. Article allow duty free personal any household articles other than articles annexed or annexed, but includes articles mentioned in the Annex 3 aggregate up to 60,000 and condition Indian passengers relaxation no. Up to 6 to 1 year personal household articles other than those mentioned in Article 1 article, but includes Article Annex 3 aggregate of 1 lakh Indian passenger. Minimum stay of India during and preceding 1 year during the preceding 2 years. Personal and household articles other than those mentioned are Annexure 1, Annexure 2, but including articles mentioned in Annexure 3 but aggregated 2 lakhs. The Indian passengers should not have availed this concession. The Indian passengers should not have availed this concession preceding 3 years. Minimum stay of 2 years now. Personal and household articles other than those is in Annexure 1, Annexure 2, but includes article mentioned in Annexure 3 up to 5 lakhs. So 60,000, 1 lakh, under 3 years, so 2 lakhs in the 5 lakhs. Minimum stay of 2 years abroad immediately preceding the stay date of arrival transfer. A shortfall of 2 months in stay abroad can be condemned by Deputy Assistant Commissioner Customs if yearly return is not account. A terminal leave or a vacation being availed of by any passengers or any other special circumstances or residents being recorded writing. As total stay in India short during the preceding year cannot exceed 6 months. The Principal Commissioner may condone short visits to the exceed of 6 months and special provision for reason of writing recorded writing. As a avail concession in preceding 3 years, no relaxation. Currency: the importer and import and export of currency under the rule shall be governed in accordance with the provision of Foreign Exchange Management of Export and Import of Currency Regulation 2015 as the notification issued there. Unaccommodated baggage section 8. The various provisions in the above rules is also applicable to the unaccommodated baggage unless specified excluded if an unaccommodated baggage has been possession abroad of the passenger who is dispatched within 1 month in arrival in India, and such further period of the Deputy Assistant Commissioners may follow. The said unaccommodated package can be landed in India up to 2 months before the unaccommodated baggage can be landed in India. Landed in it up to 2 months before the arrival of passenger. However, if the passenger is not able to arrive in India within 2 months due to the circumstances beyond the control, like sudden illness, circumstances, maybe any number of family, natural calamities, disturbed condition, disposition of the transport or travel arrangement in the country, etc., the Deputy Assistant Commissioner may extend the said period of 2 months up to maximum 1 year reason of the recorded. India search for the okay. The crew passage. The passage rules also applicable to the members of the crew engaged in foreign going, conveyance, or importation of this baggage when they are finally paid off on termination of this engagement. Any crew member has vessels or aircraft is allowed to bring items like chocolates, cheese, cosmetics, and other petty gifts items as a personal or family value not exceed 1,500 family under these rules. Include all the person who is residing in the same house and form part of the same domestic establishment. Goods list in Annexure 1, Annexure 2, Annexure 1. Firearms are allowed. Cartridge firearm exceeding 50 are allowed. Firearms cartridge exceeding 100 sticks. Cigarettes exceeding 100 sticks or cigar exceeding 25 and cigars exceeding 25, so tobacco exceeding 125 grams not allowed. Alcoholic liquors of wine exceeding 2 liters not allowed. Gold, silver, any other form not allowed. Flat pan, liquid crystal, Nighttime television are allowed. Access to color television are allowed. Video, home theater settings, dishwasher are allowed. Domestic refrigerator capacity of 300 liters in deep freezer. Video camera and combination with also video camera with one or more of the following goods, namely television receiver, sounds recording reproductive apparatuses and video reproduction apparatus, cinematography films of 35 mm, gold, silver, any other form other than ornaments.